Morning, Dr. Wu here, and I'm about to take a survey on Olympics and Hong Kong identity. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the disclaimer. Let's see if it collects my name and email address. I'm a male. Actually, let's prefer not to say. How strongly do I agree? A sense of belong to Team Hong Kong. I strongly disagree. How strongly do you agree with this comparison? Stronger than I neither agree nor disagree. How would you rank the following factors based on their influence on your Hong Kong or Chinese? So this is double-barreled, isn't it? You're asking for two things. How about Hong Kong identity? And then ask another one for Chinese identity. So I'm not sure if I can answer this because I think you're asking two questions here. What nationality are you? Other. I'm going to write it on the American. Is Hong Kong a nationality? I mean, you might want to ask if you are a permanent resident. I could answer that. Hong Kong is not a nation as far as I understand. It's a special administrative region. China is a nation. What is the intensity of your agreement with this statement? Belong to mainland. Are you talking about people or geography? Mainland China or mainland Chinese people? Kindly make that clear. Oh, I'm too old for this. What can I do? I can't actually answer this. What does this mean? Selection event. Have I been selected for something? I think it really depends. It depends on the time and the date and my availability. I don't know if I can answer question 8 well because I don't know what selection event means, and my answer is it depends. Watching what? So are you referring to question 8? Please make it clear based on your answer of question 8. Again, what if I don't know, but you're forcing me to answer? So I don't think you're going to get accurate data. Will you pay attention to local? What does that mean? I may pay attention because I have to watch commercials. So maybe you want to ask a more specific question. Do I follow any local athletes on Instagram? No. What do you think about the naturalized athletes switching to your country? Do you think your classmates understand this question? Like someone from Panama suddenly becoming an American to represent America in the Olympics. So maybe you want to provide Chinese language translation for your questionnaire. So what does local mean? Does it mean Hong Kong or where I'm from, America? So again, you're using local and another country. So you should be very careful. Say Hong Kong athletes. Okay. Be more specific, I think, if possible. Because again, you're talking about Hong Kong identity. So please don't use the word local. Use the word Hong Kong. Hong Kong is different from mainland China. So try to be very specific. This is a yes-no question. So maybe you want a Likert scale. Maybe. It depends. I mean, when the Olympic Games are on, then we can talk. But in a year in which they are not on, then I would never talk about it. So maybe you want to condition this to when the Olympic Games are actually on. That is, during the 2 weeks of the Olympic Games, do you talk about it? How do you feel when you see local athletes, Hong Kong athletes, winning medals? Again, we want to be very specific about this. We're talking about how do you feel when you see Hong Kong athletes winning Olympic medals? I feel negative. I feel nothing. Would you keep track of the Hong Kong athletes after the Olympic Games? Again, I don't know. You want to ask a very specific question, like will you follow Olympic athletes on Instagram, for example? My answer is no. I watch on YouTube highlights. Why don't you ask a Likert scale question? Seeing the Hong Kong SAR flag raised at an Olympic medal ceremony makes me feel proud. Strongly agree, agree, strongly disagree, disagree, neither agree nor disagree. I'm indifferent. Again, these are not the same. Okay, so your scale doesn't use coherent increments. Uncomfortable and indifferent are not the same interval as very proud and proud. So try Likert scale. To what extent do you agree the Olympics? I'm neutral. I think you should actually ask Likert scale questions. I believe the overall effect of Olympic Games on Hong Kong society is positive. Then have agreement or disagreement. Compared to other international events, the Olympic Games' impact on my sense of identity is... Are you talking about Hong Kong identity? Again, you've got to be very specific. You're talking about Hong Kong identity, but it's hard for our classmates and me to keep track. So you have to be as specific as possible. Sense of identity is, yet I don't know. The same? Again, Hong Kong athletes trying the sports. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean those athletes' sports? For example, Hong Kong doesn't play basketball well. So presumably you mean like fencing and swimming, because Hong Kong athletes win in fencing and swimming. So maybe you want to give a very specific example. Will you want to be the representative? I mean, will is very different from is it even possible? So it seems like you're asking a lot of questions that aren't necessarily about Hong Kong. But it's weird because you're asking about Olympics and Hong Kong identity. So again, kindly focus on the title of your study. Focus on Hong Kong. You're talking about other countries, and you're talking about mainland China. I don't know. Again, it's hard for me to kind of understand the title of your survey and the kinds of questions. Maybe I have another reason. I don't actually, I like, well, so I actually have to rank this. Okay. American. And I'm going to move this down. Okay, thank you.